This post is going to get a tiny bit personal, so if you're not into the mood to be a little obsessed, probably best not to read it, though it's about the community drama right now. When me and my friends started working in the United SMP, the QSMP had not been announced at all, and Quackity had kept things very close to his chest on what he was working on. We were all probably thinking the same general thing: we need another Minecraft server to play on. The idea is to have another server to be able to come on Minecraft and play Minecraft Survival again. And after Squid Game, we all agreed that it would be awesome to have it be creators from around the world. So I instantly started working on the translation mod, and was really excited to store my ideas from the SMP, calling lots of creators about it, expressing excitement and brainstorming and getting really excited to play Minecraft again. After the QSMP has been announced, I was surprised and reached out to Quackity, expressing support for the project, letting him know that I was working on something to bring creators from around the world together too. And now we know about it. His SMP about it did not mention any translation stuff, and it was English and Spanish based, so I was thinking he was conceptually they were different enough to coexist. And even was hoping to share the mod with Quackity if he was interested in using it. Quackity didn't reply to me at the time, and obviously I assumed that he was due to being overwhelmed and busy with the QSMP and all the message that he was probably getting. I reached out to multiple members of QSMP that I'm close to after Quackity didn't reply to me, and got varying reassurance from them as that the QSMP was a passion project to bring Quackity's two biggest community to English language together, and that the servers were completely different with hardly any creator overlap or idea overlap based on what I was planning. What the hell was Dream saying there? Those creators even all expressed strong interest in playing in both, and excited about all the community coming together and new era of SMPs. I expressed my interest to sharing the mod and Quackity to them, and how I would be given to the public for free. And asked for advice on how I should approach him about it without him feeling like I was trying to butt in my way into his project or something. After talking with him though, it really encouraged me to continue working on the idea, with the idea that it wouldn't really be a me thing. There would be 6 other owners and it would be the big community project, with an open strategy to bring the community together. On my original owner's list, Quackity is actually the idea for the owner of the Spanish community, as this is before I knew anything about the QSMP. And I wanted to bring every language have a figure to make decisions, so it was just one guy making decisions. I figured at that point it probably wouldn't be interested though, and thought that it was fair enough. Obviously, with this new SMP. No, my speedrun. Then I uploaded my translation mod video, which is planned in April Vutso, and posted my simple little promotional photographic. The next day, Quackity announced a translation mod for the QSMP with the same functionality, and obviously with the same general idea of bringing this bridging the language gap even more by literally live translating. I can't pretend that I wasn't a little bit disappointed, taken aback, and slightly disappointed, as I knew this would probably lead to drama. But at the same time, I was super excited and hopeful that the future of Minecraft content. I'm excited to share ideas, potentially share development to make it easier and better to community. And I just have a cool thing to talk about the QSMP that we both worked in and we're completely passionate about. Ideas on work like that are really hard to put together and take time, passion, and dedication. Oh, next part. I reached out to Quackity again, expressing support and laughing about the fact he had such a ideas. He hadn't replied to my previous message and didn't reply to that one either. I bumped to him, mentioning a lot of virtual was building between our fan bases because of this, and suggested that we talk about it and work on it so we know what to do, so we can avoid everyone being at each other's throat. All the hate and infighting of communities can be avoided with creators when meeting and setting boundaries and so on. As the days went by, I bumped again, going over the timeline and everything because I had the thought that maybe he was frustrated with me and thought I had stolen his idea or something. So in response, I reached out to other friends and ours, and we were having the same communication circles. So I figured it wasn't a me thing. I bumped my throat. I bumped him again in a week or so later, expressing my love for him, that QSMP wasn't worth hurting our friendship over, and that I had no intention of competing with him or anything to try and copy his ideas. To at least try to talk to me, man. I don't want to have any problems between us, and I love you, and I tried avoiding anything like this from happening. I don't know what the best resolution is, but it's definitely not silence between us. Still no responses, and at that point I was very stressed and concerned about it. So members of the QSMP and non-members that were friends of mine attempted to reach out and get clarity or figure out what was going on. From what I gathered, there were no responses, and it was strongly alluded from Q that he wouldn't be allowed to play on both servers if you were part of the QSMP, which only makes sense to Quackity, as there's not that many creators in QSMP, and it takes a lot of time for make all the mods and updates for content, and you would want it to be as active as possible. I was still incredibly confused, and I continued to reach out and have even put my project to hold on and try and work what was going on and behind the scenes and extend love and support to Quackity and everything he's done publicly. As only a couple of weeks before this happened, we were also joking and talking in calls, playing events together, texting and chatting, and my assumption would be that we were also still really good friends and that this is just a big misunderstanding with lots of lack in communication between Quackity and all of us. That being said, I've seen the community split against each other and have tons of hate build around this and around the speculation that people's motives, offenses, and so on. And it's really harmful to the community as a whole. I have seen more threats, doxing, fights, slander, and hate between a bunch of fan bases that I've seen in a very long time. I personally have experienced an elevated level in real life threats and stalkers, and even had the police involved in somebody showing at my house and putting trackers on my family vehicles surrounding a drama. For the first time since the pre-face reveal, that's what I feel like I have to say something about that, despite me wanting to avoid any kind of serious talk about this, especially even talking about communication publicly feels wrong, but necessary in this instance. I never like to air out anything or that feels or is private, but I feel like in this case it should be important for my fan base to be aware of my intentions, motives, thought process, and how we got to where we are. I've always been a creator that's very open to my fan base about everything going on in my life, and this is a massive thing for right now for my friends and me, and it's something an outsider might not really understand what's going on or how I feel. Clarity is important. Okay, go. So like I said, it's not really worth all the drop. Shut up, confetti! I want to play Minecraft with friends again and really can't wait to start doing it again soon. Oh my god, my throat. United SMP concept will be changed again. Will be changed so that it's different enough from the QSMP to not completed it and keep the main goal of uniting creators from around the world to just simply play vanilla Minecraft. So the original 10 creators from each language is going to be changing to a different structural format due to the QSMP sound splits. I really don't want them to be conceptually so similar, and I had no idea what they would be. My intention was never to try and compete with another SMP cause any friendship problems or cause drama in the community. We just have fun and put out cool, unique content. Just remember, this is all about uniting the world and communities and sharing positivity around the world. I love everything that Quackity's done, and I really believe this is a big miscommunication that we'll all be able to laugh about down the line together. I don't support any hate towards anyone. Any form of doxing, threats, harassment, racism is unacceptable, and you're not welcome in our community if you think otherwise. I will continue to say that I have the utmost respect for Quackity as a creative mind, a hard worker, and a person, and don't want anyone trying to take things I do and compare them to his work, to put him down or to pit us against each other. My hope is that Quackity sees this and knows that no one's ever meant any ill will. We love him, and that his friends are trying to reach out to him and will know what's going on, and are proud of everything he's done. Go! This post is going to get a tiny bit personal, so if you're not in the mood to be a little upset, probably that's not to read it, though it's about the community drama right now. With me and my friends started working in the SMP, the QSMP had not been announced at all, and Quackity had kept things very close to his chest with what he was working on. We're all probably thinking the same general thing we did other Minecraft servers a day on. The idea was to have a server to be able to just hop on Minecraft and play Minecraft Survival again. And after Squid Game, we all agreed that it would be awesome to have it be created from around the world. So I instantly started working on the translation mod, and was really excited to sorbet ideas for the SMP. So I had lots of the creators about it, expressing excitement and brainstorming and really getting excited to play Minecraft again. After the QSMP was announced, I was surprised and reached out to Quackity expressing support for the project, letting me know I was working on something to bring creators from around the world together too, and that we should chat about it. His SMP announcement did not mention any translation stuff. It was English and Spanish based, so I still was thinking that they're different enough to coexist, and even was hoping to share the mod with Quackity if he was interested in using it. Quackity didn't reply to me at the time, and obviously assumed that it was due to being overwhelmed with the QSMP and all the messages he was probably getting. I reached out to most of the members of the SMP, and that I'm close with after Quackity didn't reply to me, and got very reassured from them that the QSMP was a passion project bringing Quackity's two bridging communities, English and Spanish, together, and that the servers were completely different and with hardly any creator overlap or idea overlap based on what I was planning. The creators even all expressed strong interest in playing in both and excitement about all the communities coming together and these new eras of SMPs. I expressed my interest in sharing the mod to Quackity with them and how I would be giving to the public for free, and asked for advice on how I should approach him about it without him feeling like I was trying to butt in my way into his project or something. After talking with them though, it really encouraged me to continue working on the idea, with the idea that it wouldn't really be a me thing. There would be 6 other owners and it would be a big community project, so with an open source translation mod to bridge the community together. On my original ownership, Quackity was actually the idea for the owner from the Spanish community, as this was before I knew anything about the QSMP. I wanted every language to have a figure to make decisions, so it wasn't just one guy making decisions. I figured at that point he probably wouldn't be interested though, and thought that was fair enough, obviously with his new SMP. And I uploaded my translation mod video, which was planned as an April Fool's joke, and posted a simple little promotional photo graphic. The next day, Quackity announced a translation mod for the QSMP with the same functionality, and obviously with the same general idea of bridging the language gap even more by literally live translating. I can't pretend that I was a little taken aback, and even slightly disappointed, as I knew this would probably lead to drama. But at the same time, I was also super excited and hope. Shut up, phone. Also super excited and hopeful for the future of Minecraft content. I was excited to share ideas, potentially share development, and to make things even easier and better for the community. And just to have a cool thing to talk about with Quackity, and that we both worked on and we're clearly passionate about. Ideas and work like that are really hard to put together. They take time, passion, and dedication. Next one. I reached out to Quackity again, expressing support and laughing about the fact that we had such similar ideas. He hadn't replied to my Finnish message. I didn't reply to that one either. I bumped him, mentioning his lot of vitriol was building between our fan bases because of this. I suggested that we talk about it and work on what to do so we can avoid everyone being at each other's throat. All the hatred and infighting of communities can be avoided with creators communicating and setting boundaries and so on. As the days went by, I bumped again, going over the timeline of everything, because I had the thought that maybe he was frustrated with me and thought I was stealing an idea or something. So no response. I reached out to other friends of ours who are having the same communication struggle, so I figured it wasn't a meeting. I bumped him again a week or so later, expressing my love for him, that an SMP wasn't worth hurting our friendship over, and I had no intention of competing with him or trying to create a copy of his ideas. To at least talk to me, man. I don't want to have any problems with Tinas, and I love you, and I try to avoid anything like this from happening. I don't know what the best resolution is, but it's definitely not silence between us. Still no responses, and at that point I was very stressed and concerned about it. So members of the QSMP and non-members that were friends of mine attempted to reach out and get the clarity of or figure out what was going on. For what I gathered, there were no responses, and it was strongly alluded to the Q that you wouldn't be allowed to play in both servers to be part of QSMP, which only makes sense for Quackity, as there's not much creators on the QSMP, and it takes a lot of time to make all the mods and updates for content, and if you want it to be as active as possible. I was still incredibly confused, and I continued to reach out and have even put my project on hold to try and work out what is going on behind the scenes and extend love and support to Quackity, and everything is done publicly. And only a couple weeks before this happened, we were all still joking and talking in calls, playing and events together, talking and chatting, and my assumption would be they will all still be really good friends, and that this is just a big misunderstanding because of lack of communication between Quackity and all of us. That being said, I've seen the community split against each other and had tons of hate built around this and around the speculations of people's motives and friendships and so on. And it's really harmful to the community as a whole. I have seen more threats, doxing, fights, slander, and hate between a bunch of fan bases that I've seen in a very long time. I personally have experienced an elevated level of real-life threats and stalkers, and even have the police involved in something showing up at my house, and even putting trackers on my family vehicles surrounding the drama, for the first time since the free face reveal. That's really why I feel like I have to say something about it, despite me wanting to avoid any kind of serious talk about all this. Especially even talking about communication publicly feels wrong, but necessary in this instance. I never like to air out anything that feels or is private, but I feel like in this case, it's really important for my fan bases to be aware of my intentions, motives, thought process, and how we got to where we are. I've always been a creator that is very open with my fan base about everything going on in my life, and it's a massive thing right now for my friends and me, and it's something an outsider might not really understand what's going on, and I feel this clarity is important. So like I said, it's not really worth all the drama. I want to play Minecraft with friends again, and I really can't wait to start doing it again soon. United SMP concept will be changed so that it's different enough from the QSMP not to compete in it, and keep the main goal of uniting creators from around the world to simply play vanilla Minecraft. So the original 10 creators from each language, these languages, etc. is going to be changing to a different structural format due to the QSMP announcements, and I really don't want them to be conceptually so similar, and had no idea they would be. My intention was never to try and compete with another SMP, cause any friendship problems, or cause drama in the community. It was just have fun and put out unique content. Just remember, this is all about uniting the world and communities and sharing positivity around the world. I love everything that Quackity's done, and I really believe this is a big miscommunication that we'll all be able to laugh down the line together. I don't support any hate towards anyone. Any form of doxing, threats, harassment, racism is unacceptable, and you're not welcome in our community if you think otherwise. I'll continue to say that I have the utmost respect for Quackity as a creative mind, a hard worker, and a person, and don't want anyone to try to take down things I do and compare them to his work and put him down and pit us against each other. I hope it's still that Quackity sees this and knows that no one's ever meant any ill will. We love him, and that his friends are trying to reach out to him and know what's going on, and are proud of everything he's done.